feeling it all, everything, not shadow banning our experience, our emotions, saying this one deserves to be felt, this one doesn't. Why? Because it's uncomfortable? Because it hurts? I'm here to experience the full spectrum of myself and of life, and the more I stop filtering my emotions, the more I feel this world in so much depth. The deeper I can feel the pain is the deeper I can feel the joy. It's like the spectrum. It's like if you stay here, this is what you feel. The more you go in that darkness and that hurt, that pain, that fear, the more this one expands and expands and expands. The more you can hold everything, hold all the feelings, the more you experience depth and richness and wholeness. Because we walk into this world and we suppress one part of ourselves. We run from it, we try to avoid it, we try to distract it. And then we wonder why we don't feel whole. We were not meant to shove it down. We were meant to see it, to hear it, to experience it. And oftentimes when we're running from the pain, we're running and we don't even know why we're running. We're running because we're scared. We think that feeling the pain is going to be the worst thing ever. But the worst thing ever is actually when you're running from it. That is actually way more painful than when you actually just muster your courage, you sit with it. There's a moment where you realize it actually feels good. The release is so sweet. It actually feels so liberating. And you realize, what was I scared about? This is beautiful. It's as beautiful as the love. And because I'm able to receive myself in all of this depth, because I'm able to be here with everything that feels so uncomfortable, then that love I feel, that joy, that pleasure, it grows. Because I'm not moving forward, I'm expanding. I'm expanding on both ends. The deeper I go into that pain, the darkness, the more I have access to the light. It's like a tree, okay? The deeper the roots grow, the higher the branches. This is literally you, it's me. And we filter. Why do we filter? Why do we run? It's because we come into this world and we are taught to do this. We are told that it's weak. We are told that we are too sensitive. We are told that we have to hustle and we have to be strong and we have to achieve things to be worthy. But it's all an illusion. It's not the fullest truth. It's our truth for a while until we know better, until we know more, until we realize that there's no aspects of us that needs to be hidden, that everything is worthy, and that we are not what we're experiencing. We are the part that experiences it. And why else did we come here if it's not to experience? I was reminded of this lately. You know, I've been holding the pain inside of me for a long time, like holding the space. I've mastered this muscle, this skill to be able to sit with my pain. And I saw so much benefit of it compared to before, when I was not doing it, when I was running from it, when I was judging it. Because sometimes we feel the pain, but we're not feeling it like we're releasing it. We're just being a victim to it. Because there's stuff that we're shoved there, there's stories, there's beliefs we have about ourselves and about life and traumas and stuff that's there inside of us. And in a way we're avoiding it, but it's still stinking up inside of us, and we're still like, we experience anxiety, fear, stress, coping mechanisms that are not healthy, like taking drugs or having all these addictions and stuff like that. That was a lot of an experience for me. I was always very sensitive, but before, the way I would experience my sensitivity it was so heavy. It was so painful. And when I would cry, I was not releasing. I was just suffering. I was just experiencing the suffering part, not the actual opening the door and letting it out. And in the last years especially, you know, as my spiritual journey has been advancing, as I've been opening up to more depth to who I am, the divinity, the connection I have to source, the more I've been able to just hold that kind of space for me, because I haven't been judging it as much, you know, or seeing it as this is bad, this is not something I should experience. Instead I've been seeing it as a whole. And through that, I've been feeling so much more whole, and I've been healing so much, and so much the stuff like addictions and stuff just vanishing. And lately, I was on a little experiment, if I could call it that way, of trying to change my mindset, my shift in how I feel. So whenever I would feel something heavier, I would try to just shift it. I was watching a lot of videos of Abraham Hicks that talks about this, of entering like that portal of positivity and being positive. And although I do support having a positive outlook and mindset, but for a while I was just so much focusing on that without realizing I was suppressing the pain I was feeling and the worries and the fears. And it worked for a while until it just became heavier and heavier. And there was just a moment I was at home and I exploded. And the thing that happens with me, this is a little confidence that I didn't think I would say on like this publicly, but I easily have constipation whenever something is blocked emotionally. So when I'm blocking running from something, often my digestive system is going to respond like that. And whenever I address that, it's going to unblock. And I had an episode a few weeks ago, where I was really blocked, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. I didn't understand. And then there's a moment where I just exploded. It just came up. I opened the valve, and then I decided in that moment, I was like, I'm not gonna try to be positive. I'm gonna feel the pain. Like I was feeling, there was so much stuff coming out, and I was angry, and I was worried, and I just cried, and I spent a whole evening holding that kind of space for me, with compassion, with love, yet still taking out the dirt and the muck. And instantly, the next day, everything unblocked. And that was a great reminder. I was like, it's true. It's true. I'm not here to only experience the positive. I'm here for the full experience. There's nothing that I should push down. Doesn't matter if Abraham Hicks says I should, or whoever manifestation gurus say I should, and that I should only focus on the positive and na. My truth tells me that there's nothing that needs to be suppressed. And I can expand, like I don't need to suffer while feeling it, but it can be a release. Because we hold dualities. This physical plane, this reality is very dual, you know, there is night and there's day, and there's darkness and there's light. And this duality is to create union with it. Not only focus on one part, only focus on the love and the joy and having fun. Yes, those things are great, but I noticed that the more I'm able to go on the other side, the more this side I can also experience it. I can experience more love and joy and have more fun, because I'm more liberated, because I'm more in union within myself. So there's really nothing to hide from. There's really no shame in any of your feelings, of your emotions. And I know we have so much stories of what people told us, our families, maybe the system, the government, the stuff we see on social media or we saw when we were younger. There's so much stories about it, and we're slowly moving out of it. Like we're moving more into an era of people looking for like authenticity, people being more and more genuine, more and more transparent, more and more like showing these layers of the self to themselves first and then to the world. And I'm glad we're moving that space, you know. But there's still a lot of stories, there's still a lot of undoing to do. And these stories, they are to be seen, listened to. If there's any judgment we have towards ourselves. For so long, and still now, crying in front of people makes me feel very uncomfortable. I've cried on this channel, I've cried in my videos, and for some reason that feels okay. But let's say I'm with my partner, with even close friends, like showing that weakness. You said I was about to say weakness because I registered as, oh, if you cry, you're weak. And there's a lot of that. It's for males and females. We both have stories about that, but it's going to be different in the majority. Like a lot of men, when they were small, they were told to not cry because it's weak and you have to be a man, and being a man is not crying. When you know, when you break this down and you come out of this illusion, you realize it's just all nonsense. And for women, even if we are known to be more emotional and it's more accepted, we also got judged a lot for our emotions. And oh, she's just being emotional, oh, she's in her period. And then we register, okay, I can't show this weakness because it makes me inferior, it makes me lesser. We were seen as the fragile gender. Women are fragile because they're emotional, and then this is what is transposed, like, oh, you're fragile for having emotions. When in fact, the more you experience it, the more you realize it's a strength. It makes you so much stronger when you're actually able to sit and being genuine and authentic and sharing this sensitivity is so powerful and soft and beautiful and rich and power, like that's true power. But there's still all these stories that live inside of us, and we are to look at them, explore them, be curious about them. If there's a part of us that, like, when you're something's coming up and you feel like it's not okay, or you should run from it, or it makes you weak, or you attach like your worthiness or your value to it, listen to the story, listen to it. It's not about having to make it go away, it's just about holding space for that story too, holding space for all of it. There's none of it that needs to go away, it just needs to be loved, to be held, to be accepted, to be received. It's so sweet, and I just want to remind you of this. Remind your soul, remind your heart that it's okay. Your inner child, your shadow self, your ego, it's okay to feel it all. You're allowed to feel it all. And that there's a lot of beauty in it, and there's none of it that should not be there or should not be experienced. It all has its place. And when we release the resistance, it's just so liberating. So liberating. And it allows us to uncover all these stories and distorted beliefs we have about ourselves, and we realize how sometimes a lot of our actions, the things we do, are rooted into those distortions. Like we're gonna try to build a business or go to the gym or do all these things to prove that we are worthy, to prove ourselves to the world, to whomever, to ourselves. But when we allow the flow of all these emotions and we just bring more compassion and more love, we realize how these actions were rooted in fear and in pain. And when that pain gets seen, it disroots it. And then our actions, the things we do, become rooted in purpose and love and something that's more aligned with our deeper essence, you know? Like the pain and stuff is all part of us. The ego is all part of us. There's nothing wrong with it. But the more we experience that and let it be, the more we meet deeper parts of ourselves. And then our actions and things we do, and they're more aligned with that discovery with that depth. So let's feel it all, my friends, with no shame. There's this song, this beautiful song I discovered not so long ago. It says, feel your fall. It's not the falling that hurts. Something like that. It's not the falling that hurts. It's the holding in and holding on that makes the heart suffer. I think it's from 𝗬𝘅𝘁 and it's called Greatest Gift. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll continue drinking my little cacao and sending you so much love and softness.